On June 22, 1969, Mickey Dean, Judy's nightclub manager, found her dead in the bathroom of their rented Mews house in Cadogan Lane, Belgravia, London. She was 47 years old. At the inquest, coroner Gavin Thurston stated that the cause of death was an incautious self-overdosage of barbiturates. Her blood contained the equivalent of then 1.5 grain seconal capsules. Thurston stressed that the overdose had been unintentional, and no evidence suggested that she had died by suicide. Garland's autopsy showed no inflammation of her stomach lining, and no drug residue in her stomach, which indicated that the drug had been ingested over a long period of time, rather than in a single dose. Her death certificate stated that her death was accidental. Supporting the accidental cause, Garland's physician noted that a prescription of 25 barbiturate pills was found by her bedside half empty and another bottle of 100 barbiturate pills was still unopened. A British specialist who had attended Garland's autopsy stated that she had nevertheless been living on borrowed time owing to cirrhosis, although a second autopsy conducted later reported no evidence of alcoholism or cirrhosis. Garland died 12 days after her 47th birthday. Her Wizard of Oz co-star Abe Olger commented at her funeral, "She just plain wore out." Forensic pathologist Jason Payne James believed that Garland had an eating disorder. Psychologist Linda Papadopoulos asserted that it was likely bulimia, which contributed to her death. After Garland's body had been embalmed by Desmond Henley, Deans traveled with her remains to New York City on June 26, where an estimated 20,000 people lined up to pay their respects at the Frankie Campbell Funeral Chapel in Manhattan, which remained open all night long to accommodate the overflowing crowd. On June 27, James Mason gave a eulogy at the funeral, an Episcopal service led by the Reverend Peter Delaney of St. Marylebone Parish Church, London, who had officiated at her marriage to Deans 3 months earlier. Judy's great gift, Mason said in his eulogy, was that she could writing tears out of hearts of rock. She gave so richly and so generously that there was no currency in which to repay her. The public and press were barred. She was interred in a crypt in the community mausoleum at Ferncliff Cemetery in Hartsdale, New York, a small town 24 miles north of Midtown Manhattan. At the request of her children, Garland's remains were disinterred from Ferncliff Cemetery in January 2017 and reinterred 2,800 miles across the country at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles.